Are you interested in the TUNE ETA projects? Good. Keep watching the video and make sure to listen carefully, because later I will explain how to submit your motorcycles for the upcoming seasons of the TUNE ITUP series. Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Welcome to this new video. Today we finally get to put an end to the second season of the TUNE ITUP series. Davide's Honda CBR 650R, which was supposed to transform from an ugly duckling into a beautiful swan. Did we succeed? You've already seen the mechanical part in previous episodes. Today I'll show you what Giulio Design has managed to do. What do you think? Is it cool or not? I'm extremely happy with the final result. I'm really thrilled. I've never seen a CBR 650R setup like this. And I must say that thanks to Giulio and all the other partners, the bike I had in mind has been able to transform into reality. The project can be considered concluded, but the final word awaits the owner. So very soon we will meet Davide and show him his new bike. Before the reaction, however, as you well know, it's time to take a little tour around this summary recap bike. Exactly, to understand the accessories we have installed and the work we have done. We start, as usual, from the front and then end up on the back. The first thing that comes to mind are definitely the cycling upgrades for this 650R. In fact, thanks to Andriani, we installed a Misano Evo cartridge kit. Here they are. The unmistakable Andriani plugs. We thank them once again, which has made the CBR a much more responsive bike and suitable for track use. And while we're on the dashboard part, why not talk about the array of Bonamici accessories installed in this season of Tune In Up as well. Some installed by me, some already installed by the owner at the time of handing over the bike to me. But the important thing is that they are there, given that Bonamici products are of an embarrassingly high quality. Let's then start the rundown of accessories here on the front part, from obviously the semi-handlebars and the levers, brake and clutch from Bonamici. Then let's move on to a little thing that I certainly didn't show you at the time of installation on the bike. We decided to install a quick throttle control with Roberto to make it easier for Davide to use on the track. And to finish off the accessories mounted on the front, there is also a handy radial Brembo pump. A pump that you would think is also installed as standard on my RSV 4 fresh out of the factory. Of course, there is also a quick release cap for the tank and adjustable racing footrests. Another thing that I didn't show you during the installation phases is the complete GB Racing crankcase protection kit. The kit consists of 3 parts: pickup, crankcase, and stator, so that the protection on the track and on the road is top-notch. On the engine side, however, we didn't do much, except for mapping Davide's CBR correctly, giving it a few more horsepower. The air filter remained the filter that Davide had already installed, that is a BMC, which I tried to have him replace with a spring filter, but there was no way because unfortunately the money had run out. And thanks also to the complete spark exhaust, with the help of Roberto's mapping, we managed to give a few more horsepower to this CBR. At this point then, you should know me by now. Could a nice Tapizeria Italia saddle be missing? And in fact, here it is, in all its glory. Embroidered saddle with cross stitches and extra grip fabric so as not to prejudice the racing use. To complete the saddle, as you can see, on the top we have the CBR 650R logo with the same reference to the bike's graphics. And on the side of the saddle we have a carbon-like coating, which picks up a bit of the scattered details here and there that Mother Honda had already thought of as standard with the release of this CBR. With the improvement on the front suspensions, we couldn't miss a nice Öhlins mono on the rear. And the icing on the cake, the standard gear has become electronic. Before we go ahead and take you on a ride on this completely overhauled CBR, I want to take a moment and thank all the partners who made this transformation possible in this second season of Tune It Up. First and foremost, definitely WRS for all the accessories they provided, including the WRS windscreen that we installed here on the nose of Davide's CBR. Of course, following that, I can't help but thank eMoto Garage and specifically Roberto and his entire team for their skilled hands, experience, and patience in following me through these crazy projects. And of course, Bonamici, Spark, Andriani, and Tapezeria Italia for supplying these wonderful spare parts. It's time for us to get on Davide's CBR and give it a try. This time around though, unlike the first season, I won't be testing the bike on the road, but on the track. More precisely at Misano. Since it just so happened no one scheduled it on the weekend of Davide's bike return, Michelin decided to invite me to Misano for their Michelin Day. Ladies and gentlemen, we have officially arrived at Misano and it's time to unload the bike to the guy here. Can you hear feelings?
Finally. I don't know. We have to figure it out.
What do you expect?
Expectations are high. I hope my expectations too.
But
I hope my expectations too.
reality becomes better than expectations.
Exactly.
Here we are. Davide, are you ready? You're about to see the beauty. This transformation.
Uncle, I can't make it.
No, wait.
How long does it take? I'm turning around, eh? I'm turning.
So 3, 2, 1, go.
Damn. I can't believe it.
It's really yours, dear.
Damn, I appreciate that there's yellow.
My goodness. No, uncle.
It's not for the video. Devastating, I tell you, I tell you, devastating. It's absolutely not for the video. It's really devastating.
So what do you think?
Fucking cool.
Did we do a good job or not?
It's so cool. It's too cool. Can I touch?
Sure, it's yours. It seems like a different bike because it's basically a different bike. He's watching the Hollands, guys.
For me, it's this one, dude.
In fact, I was just pointing to that one.
This one is really devastating.
At this point, I'd say let's hear it turned on, dear.
Wait, no, let me do it, please.
Sure, I'll let you do it. Shall I go then? Go on, let's hear it.
Damn, man, she's really hot. She's just too hot. She's really hot.
So, what do you think of the saddle?
It's awesome. I'll put it on.
1 to 10?
No, 20.
I'm happy, come on.
I don't go there more than usual.
I hear silence.
I feel dismay.
He pissed me off for 2 months, not this one. Luckily, he's happy.
Thank you very much.
Tonight is a fish dinner, huh?
My goodness, this fish dinner is on the house. Now guys, it's time to hit the track and give it a good test, both me and him. Guys, it's lunch break. As you can see, I've changed out of my suit and taken a little breather. I've cleared my mind to give you a detailed account of the feelings after the modifications on Davide's bike. First of all, what has changed after 2 or 3 rounds? Because first Davide tried it and then I tried it. We immediately noticed an increased consumption. So if before the bike consumed less, now obviously it consumes more. There has been an increase in horsepower, and this is certainly the problem if we wanted to define it that way. Let's move on to the positive aspects, since the only negative is exclusively this. The bike finally moves. What does that mean? It means it has suspensions that work and do what they're supposed to do. The bike gives you a lot more confidence when braking. The Misano Evo, the front cartridge, working well, manages to support you and therefore allows you to press a little more decisively on the front brake. The quick throttle helps to open everything immediately without wasting time, with the issue of the knob taken a little further ahead, right? The usual trick that is done when you have the original throttle. The torque is right, the bike is fun, it doesn't tire, despite the more racing setup we gave it. The brake pump, I have to be honest, I expected it to be a bit more incisive, but it must also be said that the brake pads are not top-notch. In fact, Davide mounts white Brembos because unfortunately for his Nissin calipers, there are no zero COs, and so unfortunately the best he can mount indeed are these white Brembos. Good brake pads that still allow you to brake well, both in the city and on the track. However, in short, when we get off an RSV4 with a serious braking system, if we were to compare it to that, we feel this slight lack of bite. A brief note, the chassis needs calibration. I'm self-critical about it. The settings are the basic ones provided by the manufacturer, in this case Andreani and Olins. And especially at the front I find, through the inspection strap here placed on the stem, that the fork doesn't work fully. In my opinion, it still has a few centimeters that can be used, which must be used. Obviously, this changes a lot depending on the driving style of the pilot. My driving style is not the same as Davide's and vice versa. So there are those who detach strongly, maybe others who work in progress. It's all a bit subjective, not objective. Certainly a small refinement, a calibration on what is the weight and driving style of Davide needs to be done, but all in all, the starting base is excellent. Obviously, the ugly duckling has completed its transformation, and if we now see it so beautiful, obviously I take the credit, my merit, the merit of the companies, of the partners who have joined this project. And also, it must be said, of Davide, who allowed me to handle his motorcycle with so much trust and love. We recall that in TUNE top projects, the owner has no say in graphics decisions.
Nothing at all. Truly a clean slate.
Guys, with that said, I bid you farewell. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to the channel. And since you've made it this far, let me explain before saying goodbye how to submit your motorcycles for the upcoming seasons of the TUNE It Up series. Send me an email at this address with a brief introduction of yourself and the motorcycle. I can already tell you that the processing times are approximately between 2 and 3 months. Then the results, well, you've seen them. Another important thing, always leave me here in the email that you write to me the photos of your motorcycles so that I can evaluate them. And also a list of modifications that you would like to make and the hypothetical use that you will have to make of this motorcycle. So I have a sports bike, I want to make it a track ready. I have a Tracer 9, I want to make it a perfect touring bike. I have a city bike, I want a mix, I want a little more sportiness, I want some comfort. In short guys, as you have understood, I want to tailor the bikes to you and the intended use is very important. At this point, wait before saying goodbye. Davide, since you're here, your impressions.
So my impressions, driving.
Driving, not only that, so visually.
So the bike breaks a lot. I also expected something more wicked, but perhaps given the powers, it's more fair this way.
In my opinion, it's not just about how I drive.
A cutter.
A cutter devastating, so it's just fine this way. The first thing I noticed is that the bike immediately leans and accompanies you. Before it went down and you had to hold it somehow, it was messy, while now it accompanies you a lot with the suspension, so this thing is really noticeable.
The saddle, I wanted to say something about the saddle. It has an incredible grip, besides being very cool.
From Green Arrow, therefore, it's all a big hello also from Davide. See you in the next video. Bye, guys.